Hi everyone, this is Sean's Mandarin Chinese. This video is a lesson about the differences between the three Chinese words xiǎng, 想要, and 要. So if you've learned these words in the past, you'll know that they have certain overlaps in meaning in certain contexts, and this video will explain each of them individually, how they work, what they can mean in certain contexts when followed by certain words, and give plenty of examples of these. So the first one is 想. 想 can mean would like or want when it's followed by a verb. It can mean to think about something when it's followed by a noun. It can also mean to miss something when it's followed by a noun, or to wonder about or wonder something, ponder something when it's followed by a statement or a question. So some examples are here to follow. The first example is 我想喝一点东西. 我想喝一点东西. In this context, it means I would like to have something to drink. So 喝一点东西, you may note, is a verb. 喝 is the verb to drink. 一点东西 is something, right? Or a little something. So I would like to have something to drink. The 想 means would like. The next example is a very basic one. 我想你了. 我想你了. I've missed you. So this, in this context, 你 is a pronoun, so it's a noun. And that's how 想 comes to mean miss. In this context, it means miss. It doesn't mean would like you. It means miss, right? And another example is 我在想工作. 我在想工作. This means I am thinking about work. So 工作 in this context is work, the noun, and I am thinking about work because the noun is after the word 想, hence thinking. Here are some other examples. The tricky one here is that 工作 can be a verb and can be a noun. So if I said 我想工作 instead of 我在想工作, then in this context, 工作 is actually a verb. And so 我想工作 means I would like to work, right? So I put in that one there. Good tricky example to illustrate how adding the 在 can adjust the sense of the word 工作 in that sentence. Here's another one. 他说他一直在想我. 他说他一直在想我. He said he is always thinking about me. Since 我 is a noun, a pronoun, it's me, in this context it can be thinking about, but it also could be missing. 他一直在想我, always thinking about me or always missing me. And finally, 我在想你是韩国人吗? 我在想你是韩国人吗? So in this context, it kind of means wondering. I am wondering, are you Korean? So 你是韩国人吗 is a question. Yes, no question. Are you Korean? And this, in this context, this 想 means I am thinking about this or I'm wondering about this. Are you a Korean person? And just one extra final example of 想. In this sentence, 我在想他们应该是嫉妒我们吧. 我在想他们应该是嫉妒我们吧. So I just wanted to point out that if you say 我在想 followed by a statement or a question, then this is a good example of how it can mean to ponder, to wonder about something, or to surmise something. 我在想他们应该是嫉妒我们吧. I am wondering whether they were jealous of us, or another way to translate this, which is also quite accurate, I am wondering, it should be that they are jealous of us. So 嫉妒 obviously means to be jealous. In this context, 想 is indicating you are wondering or surmising, you're curious about this thing. In other words, wondering about it. Great example of 想 as wonder. Okay, so how about the word 想要? 想要. Well, 想要 can mean would like, just like 想 by itself can, when it's followed by a verb. So this is a sense that's completely interchangeable. So earlier we had 我想喝, which means I want to drink. You could also say 我想要喝, very much the same. Okay? It can also mean want when followed by a noun. In other words, want to have something or want something. So to illustrate what I mean, I want to have a computer. I want a computer, right? This is want followed by a noun, which is a computer. But I want daddy is different. It doesn't necessarily mean I want to have a daddy. It means I want his presence. I want him to be there. And both of those senses are packaged into 想要 when followed by a noun. So hence why I say want and want to have. So some examples are to follow. So the first example is 我想要朋友, or when pronounced more casually, 朋友. 我想要朋友 means I want friends. Since 朋友 is a noun which means friend, this sentence implies that I want to make more friends. It may also imply that I don't have friends. Okay? 我想要朋友. Also, going back to how I pointed out that want could also mean that you want the presence of something. If you were in hospital and you're feeling particularly vulnerable because you're sick, you could say 我想要朋友, which means I want my friends to come here, or I want friends. In English, that sentence could have both meanings as well. I want friends, in other words, I want them here, and I want friends, in other words, I don't have them, or I don't have friends, and I want some more, right? The next one is a verb, 吃饭. 我想要吃饭 means I would like to eat. So again, with 吃饭 being a verb in this context, it means I would like to do something. So it shares this with 想. So this sentence could also quite easily be 我想吃饭 without the 要, identical meaning. The next one is 我想要和你说话. 我想要和你说话. I would like to talk with you. So 和你说话 means to talk with you, which is a verb, since we're speaking, right? 和你说话. In this context, it's also completely interchangeable with 想 by itself. So I could say 我想和你说话. 我想要和你说话. Both the same. Would like to do something. And finally, 我想要爸爸. You could imagine a young child saying this. 我想要爸爸 means I want daddy. However, I want to point out, since baba is a noun, if you took out the 要 and you said 我想爸爸, it would mean I miss daddy. Or, yeah, so or I'm thinking about daddy, right? 我想爸爸. Miss, kind of thinking those two go together, right? 我想爸爸, I miss daddy. 我想要爸爸, I want daddy. Right, so the third one is 要 by itself. 要. And 要 kind of branches out in another direction a little bit, right? So firstly, 要, in the most basic sense, can mean want when followed by a verb. And 要 can also mean want when followed by a noun. However, there's one final little tricky sense, that is 要 can mean will when followed by a verb, as in tomorrow I will do something. So that's the one that can be a little bit tricky because it branches out of the sense. Most of the, xiǎng and 想要 and 要 all have a common sense of want. However, they branch out in different directions in certain contexts. So some examples are to follow. So the first example I've chosen here of the word 要 is very intentional because if you used any of the three words of this video in this sentence, they would all mean the same thing or very similar. So the sentence is 我要跟你出去. 我要跟你出去. 跟你出去 means to go out with you, and 要 in this context means want. So 跟你出去 is a verb, to go out with you is a verb, with a bit more of a description because it's with you. The verb is actually 出去. But 要跟你出去, I want to go out with you. As I said, you could change this and you could use any of the three. So 我想跟你出去 means I would like to go out with you. 我想要跟你出去 is well translated into I would like to go out with you. Same thing. 我要跟你出去 means I want to go out with you. So I guess the only subtle difference is the same or similar subtle difference between the word want and would like. So would like can be a little bit more formal in feeling, and yao can be a bit more casual. So I would like to go out with you. I want to go out with you. The difference is how formal you are. Similar in Chinese. 我想要跟你出去. 我想跟你出去. They're a bit more formal feeling, whereas yao is a bit more casual or natural in everyday language. The next example is 我要我的朋友过来陪我. 我的朋友过来陪我 means my friends to come here and accompany me, or to come over and accompany me. So since that's a verb, my friends coming over here, being with me, this is a reiteration of the earlier example, hospital, someone lying in bed who wants their friends to come over. I want my friends to come over and accompany me. Good example of yao, but being want. But it could also be 我想要, and it could also be 我想我的朋友过来陪我. Because it's a verb, it's interchangeable. But this one makes more sense because it feels a bit more casual. It's kind of the way you'd speak more naturally in that context. And here's an example of how it can mean will. 我明天要去上班. 我明天要去上班. 去上班 is the verb to go to work. And so in this context, the fact that you say 明天 and you set the time as tomorrow makes it very explicit that this means will. But if you removed 明天 and you said 我要去上班 without the day tomorrow in there, it gets ambiguous. That could mean I will go to work, but it could also mean I want to go to work. And so in that context, if you really meant want, then you'd probably opt to switch yao with 想要, or just 想. So you'd say 我想去上班 or 我想要去上班 if you wanted to indicate a desire. So that's why in some contexts, if there's a bit of ambiguity around yao potentially meaning will, it's best to opt for 想要 if you mean want. And what if you mean will but you want it to be clear? Well, then you should probably switch for 会. 我会去上班 means I will go to work, and it removes all ambiguity. Here are the final two examples. 我要一台新的电脑. 我要一台新的电脑. 一台新的电脑 means a new computer. 电脑 is computer and 台 is the quantifier for computer. So in this context, it's a noun, obviously, and it just means I want it, right? You want to have something. You want to possess that. And the final example is similar. 钱 means money. 我要钱 means I want money. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this video has helped to clarify the three senses 想, 想要, and 要.